Russia, officially known as the Russian Federation, is the largest country in the world by landmass, stretching across Eastern Europe and Northern Asia, covering over 17 million square kilometers and encompassing an immense diversity of landscapes, climates, cultures, and historical experiences. It spans 11 time zones and borders 16 countries, including China, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Finland, making it a geopolitical bridge between Europe and Asia. Russia's geography includes vast tundras in the north, dense taiga forests, expansive steppes, mountain ranges such as the Caucasus and Urals, the Siberian wilderness, and Arctic coasts along the Barents and Kara seas. Its two most prominent cities are Moscow, the political, economic, and cultural capital, and St. Petersburg, renowned for its imperial architecture, historic role as the former capital of the Russian Empire, and its status as a cultural hub. Russia's population, currently estimated at over 140 million, is predominantly ethnic Russian, though the country is a multi-ethnic federation with more than 190 recognized ethnic groups and dozens of indigenous and minority languages. The dominant religion is Russian Orthodox Christianity, which plays a powerful role in contemporary national identity, though the state officially remains secular. Historically, Russia emerged from the East Slavic state of Kievan Rus in the 9th century, which laid the foundations for Russian language, culture, and Orthodox religion. After the Mongol invasion in the 13th century and centuries of foreign domination, Moscow rose as a powerful principality, eventually leading to the formation of the centralized Tsardom of Russia under Ivan the Terrible in the 16th century. The Romanov dynasty, beginning in the 17th century, transformed Russia into a major imperial power through expansion, military conquest, and Western-style modernization, especially under Peter the Great and Catherine the Great. By the 19th century, Russia was one of Europe's most powerful empires, but internal tensions between autocracy, modernization, and growing revolutionary movements led to unrest. The Russian Revolution in 1917 resulted in the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II and the rise of the Bolsheviks under Vladimir Lenin, leading to a brutal civil war and the creation of the Soviet Union in 1922. Under leaders like Lenin and especially Joseph Stalin, the USSR became a one-party communist state, undergoing rapid industrialization, forced collectivization, widespread purges, and severe repression, while also rising as a global superpower. During World War II, the Soviet Union played a pivotal role in defeating Nazi Germany, at an immense human cost, and emerged as one of two dominant world powers during the Cold War era, locked in a prolonged ideological, military, and political standoff with the United States and the Western Bloc. The Cold War saw the USSR extend its influence through Eastern Europe, Asia, Africa, and Latin America, while also achieving remarkable scientific milestones such as the launch of Sputnik, the first satellite, and sending the first human, Yuri Gagarin, into space. Despite military strength and global reach, the Soviet economy faced stagnation by the 1980s, and under Mikhail Gorbachev's leadership, policies like perestroika restructuring and glasnost openness attempted to reform the system, ultimately contributing to the weakening of the state. In 1991, following failed coup attempts, nationalist movements, and severe economic instability, the Soviet Union dissolved, and Russia emerged as an independent nation with Boris Yeltsin as its first president. The 1990s were marked by economic collapse, hyperinflation, a rise in oligarchic capitalism, widespread corruption, and political chaos, but also a wave of democratization and a more open society. Since the rise of Vladimir Putin in 1999-2000, Russia has undergone significant political consolidation, with power increasingly centralized in the executive branch, a sharp curtailing of political opposition, and growing control over the media and civil society. Putin's leadership has been marked by a return to assertive nationalism, the reinvigoration of the military, and efforts to reassert Russia's influence on the world stage, notably through its involvement in the 2008 Georgia War, the 2014 annexation of Crimea, military intervention in Syria, and the full-scale invasion of Ukraine launched in 2022. Domestically, Putin's government emphasizes traditional values, national unity, and sovereignty, portraying Russia as a bulwark against Western liberalism, NATO expansion, and what it calls the unipolar world order led by the United States. Politically, Russia is a federal semi-presidential republic in theory, but in practice, it has become increasingly authoritarian, with elections widely criticized for lacking transparency and fairness, opposition figures like Alexei Navalny facing imprisonment or worse, and independent media outlets heavily restricted or forced into exile. Russia's economy is heavily reliant on its vast natural resources, particularly oil and natural gas, making it one of the largest energy exporters in the world. This energy wealth has allowed the state to maintain macroeconomic stability, build significant foreign reserves, and fund ambitious projects and military modernization, although it has also made the economy vulnerable to fluctuations in global commodity prices and external sanctions. Major industries include mining, metallurgy, aerospace, defense manufacturing, agriculture, and information technology, although diversification remains limited. The ruble is Russia's official currency, and the country is integrated into global markets through trade, though it has been increasingly turning eastward toward China and other non-Western partners amid deteriorating relations with the EU and US. The imposition of sanctions following the Crimea annexation and especially after the 2022 invasion of Ukraine has severely impacted key sectors, limited technological imports, frozen international reserves, and led to the exodus of Western businesses, yet Russia has adapted through import substitution and increased trade with countries like China, India, Turkey, and Iran. Socially, Russia faces numerous challenges, including a declining and aging population, regional disparities in wealth and development, healthcare system inefficiencies, and brain drain, as many young professionals and intellectuals seek opportunities abroad. Despite this, Russia maintains high levels of literacy, a strong tradition of education in science and engineering, and vibrant intellectual and cultural scenes, especially in larger urban centers. Russian culture has had a profound impact on global civilization, producing giants in literature, Leo Tolstoy, Fyodor Dostoevsky, Anton Chekhov, music, Tchaikovsky, Stravinsky, Rachmaninoff, ballet, Bolshoi and Mariinsky, visual arts, cinema, philosophy, and theoretical sciences. The Russian language, spoken by the majority, is a key part of identity and is one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations. While the Constitution guarantees religious freedom and minority rights, in practice, the Kremlin promotes a unifying national identity often centered around Orthodox Christianity, Slavic heritage, and the heroism of Russia's historical